Hi, my Libra collective. So I'm here today to give you your message for October 2025. We're going to go through the astrology. I have some oracle cards. I'm just going to pull one for each. I hope you enjoy. So starting off, in Mercury retrograde in the sign of Scorpio, October 2nd through the 16th. This one's really much aligned also with the moon in Aquarius and the sun in Libra. This Mercury retrograde feels very different. It feels like a revelation of a truth that you couldn't see before. Okay, it's a revelation of something that was hidden to you, and I feel like the communication is actually going to be really clear after a lot of distortion. It feels like the cables flip, and the retrograde is actually going to be a help instead of a hindrance. This one feels like that anyway. Look at that. And we have number 12 with the card of emotions. Dude, I think this can be really much sadness. Let's see what comes out with that. It feels like sadness. This is a sacral space, not surprising because it's divine feminine energy, a lot of water. It says, Great Spirit, please guide me through this process of cleansing and release with love. See, it's something that's falling out of your life that's making you very sad. It is time to acknowledge and release suppressed emotions, energy in a positive, constructive way. I feel like there is going to be an upheaval of something that's been inside you for a really long time. Um, I'm just hoping it's not going to be an ugly explosion, actually. But then I'm kind of fearful for the next thing because October 6th, October 6th has, hold on. Sorry. There was somebody I had to disconnect with. So October 6th, there is a full moon in the sign of Aries. It's still in the midst of this Mercury retrograde way in the beginning because it's on the 6th after it starts on the 2nd, like literally 3 days later. And I feel like this moon starts the Mercury retrograde, right? Because it's like 3 days before, 3 days after. So that's 1, 2, 3. It's about the 2nd and the 3rd, right? And all the way to at least the 9th. And Aries is the energy of fire. It's an energy of anger and the energy of explosion. Right here, we're seeing you with a great amount of emotions. It just feels like be careful not to do something stupid because you're stuck in your feelings. So Libra. Oh, my eye. I felt something in my eye. That's important, I think, for you guys. It's like something that you can see clearly. But it feels like I'm pissed. It's going to piss you off. It's going to piss you off big time. We have the owl, 27. It says, behold sight. I told you it has to do with your eyes. It's like seeing something for real, for real. O ancient one, for there is magic in the darkness of places if one dares to open their eyes. Ooh. Okay. And so now if we're combining these two energies, it's kind of talking about first the fact that you're going to be stuck in your feelings big time. And your instinct will tell you to lash out, to be angry, to be explosive. And instead, they're telling you to lead into the sadness and really go within because it's revealing a really darkness that you have inside yourself. And through that, you can change something in your life and your reality, Libra. Okay? But there is sadness here. We have Venus enters Libra, October 16th. Venus enters Libra, not October 16th, October 13th. Not only that, but also that day, Pluto goes direct in Aquarius, and that's still 2045, so like forever, let's say. And Venus in Libra is a balancing out of your emotions. It's kind of like either you're going to come to me right or you're not going to come to me at all. It's like legal actions when it comes to your emotions, you know? I'm going to weigh everything you give me, everything you are, everything that you like try to do, and I want to see if it's fair, it's just, and if we're balanced in what we're doing. This came out for Scorpio, I think in English. So this is the card right here. And do you see how, oh, let me see. So the guy is in a, like, he's dug in the ground, and either he's coming out or he's coming in, right? And he's with Santa Muerte. And right here is talking about the only way out of a situation is to allow something to end. So, I mean, if this is talking about a physical death, because I am seeing so much that is lingering around a physical death, okay? God, this is bothering my eyes so bad. It just started with your reading. This is something that has to do with an actual physical death. And okay, let me see. So the way that I'm hearing it is kind of like, the only way this was going to work out for you to be free, for you to move forward in your life, for you to create what you were supposed to create, was for this to end. Right? And it can be a person, it can be a relationship, it can be a job, it can be fill in the blank, because every single one of us in something different. But if it doesn't end, you can't move forward. And I feel like, because everything starts with a sadness, this is something that's going to do but done to you, right? So it's something that's going to be forced upon you, and that you're not going to have an option in. And so it's an ending to give you the ability to move forward. This feels like the Judgment card, you know, where they're lifting up people from the dead. This ending, the worst thing that could ever happen to you, will actually be the beginning of the best thing that ever happened to you. You're just not going to be able to see it until, I want to say, a few months after, or a couple of years after it actually happens. Okay? Last thing is the new moon in the sign of Libra, your sign. Everything. So the two signs that are really strongly influencing this month is Libra and Scorpio. So if you haven't seen the Scorpio reader, I recommend that. The thing about this new moon is that it has a square in Jupiter in Cancer. You're going to realize the wall that has been stopping you from picking up what is yours, from collecting your energy, connecting your resources, connecting whatever, and then being able to move forward. So look at that. Look at that. We got all these cards, these separated from these. So let's do that like that. The first energy that I'm seeing is called Suspiria, and this is dance. It says that you're going to need discipline and commitment. Then we have invasion of the body snatchers of suspicion. And then we have the trap. Things aren't what they seem in the movie Get Out. This first combination feels like you're going to have to get really good about doing the work and whatever, so that you can discover the truth about a situation. Something isn't exactly what it seems. And then the second pack that came out is these two, which is twin face. And the twin is the shining, and the face is eyes without a face. Okay? So twin face. And what it feels like with that is a two-faced person around you. A two-faced person around you. Maybe that's all this sadness, right? A relationship that ends because of the fact that you figured out that this person's a two-faced asshole. Let's see. Look at that. Third eye, like legit. This is legit something you're going to see. Challenging times, which is the Five of Wands. It's a fight. Seven of Swords, because you're going to discover a lie in a relationship. Love card. This is in the Lovers. Emperor card, and it's time for you to step into the position of authority that you're supposed to have instead of having somebody as the leader. Tower card. It's like a breakdown of something that you were creating, because you're going to realize the two-faced energy of a person. And then we have the Five of Pentacles, feeling abandoned, rejected, and alone, but at the same time, Nine of Pentacles. That puts you in a position of authority. And then we have the Nine of Wands, because you need to learn how to create healthy boundaries. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, and know the people that you're connecting to. Fool card, as you move into your new reality. I feel like you got double crossed, Libra. There is a liar in your midst, and it's going to bring you so much freaking sadness. But then you're going to have eyes to see it. And then once you see it, you can't unsee it. And then it's like a breakup, like a nasty breakup because of the lies. Like, I feel like you were always kind of suspicious of it, and you've been diligently working on like discovering the truth of the situation, and realizing that this is all a trap. Like this situation that seemed good, that these people were really nice, that things were really nice, that this partner seems perfect, actually was just a trap from the beginning, because they were two-faced. This is serious, y'all. I'm like, it's really disheartening. And there is sadness in this. So I guess get ready. You're going to have to acquire a hard shell, even though it's easier said than done, because it's going to be an interesting month. All right.